Hello, welcome. We're in Algebra 2, Chapter 7, Section 1. This is page 1 of the notes. We have this box below the vocabulary where we have to talk about the general features of the graph of any exponential growth function. So, first of all, for today's work, we're going to have y equals b to the x, and then the key thing here is that b is greater than 1. So we're talking about numbers like let's see here, like y equals 2 to the x, or perhaps y equals 3 to the x. It doesn't have to be a nice number. It could be y equals 5 halves to the x. But the point is that the base has to be more than 1, no matter what it is. That's what's going on here. Okay. And the base is b in the formula that they have. So then we know that the general shape of the graph of y equals b to the x is, they say it's shown below, and there are two key points. The super duper most important one is the one right here on that y-intercept, because it's the point 0, 1. Now for any exponential function, the basic exponential function, the y-intercept is always, boom, 0, 1, guaranteed. Now the other point that's interesting is what happens when x equals 1. And when x equals 1, the y value is always b. b is whatever that base was. We'll see this again more and more as we do more problems. But that's the basic deal here. Now it says we got to talk about domain and range. These are good things. So first of all, it says the domain is all real numbers, and that's nice. You can write all real numbers. They give you a nice long blank to write it in. But of course, if you just want to get it done and look smart too, boom, double R. One or the other, not both. It says the range is, and then this is important, the range is y greater than or equal to 0. And that's because the graph has this thing that's called an asymptote. Now that's an interesting name. It's probably a new word for you. And the point is that the graph gets closer and closer to the x-axis, which means it gets closer and closer to 0. And now I realize I made a mistake. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Go back to the range. We need to fix it. It should actually be y is greater than 0 because, and this may have actually been good that I made that mistake, because the fact that the graph gets closer and closer, it never actually gets to 0. It's always more than 0. But it's actually all the numbers more than 0. If you think about that a long time, it will probably hurt your head. So you might want to stop thinking about it now. But there you go. That's it for page 1 of the notes.